I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but the reason why the dynamic between black women and other races of men, and it definitely white men and black women, is because they treat us like human beings and they actually treat us like women. I'm going to say it again. So the reason why the dynamics of white men and black women work so beautifully and cohesively together is because white men treat black women like women. They don't treat us like a mammy. And don't get me wrong, I know the history. I know that some of them fetishize. I understand it. But for the ones who truly and deeply and solely love their women, their black girlfriends and their black women, it's because they see them as women and treat them as such and spoil them as such. Black men, not all black men treat their black women like that, but most black men hate themselves, they hate their mother, and they want black women to suffer like they have. The only time they want to extend love, quote unquote, is when they see black women sacrificing themselves and being a black mammy and pulling up and dealing with so much bullshit. That's why their relationship and their dynamic works. Because they treat black women as the beautiful, delicate flowers as they are.
Hey, welcome to another Jamaica Vibes Entertainment TV video. Well, this one happens to be like a follow-up to my last video that I posted. You know, what happens when black and white culture mix in love. Now, this is basically a follow-up, and this one is called Black Wives, White Husbands. You know, in this video, we're going to let some of these people who are in these type of relationship give their viewpoints and how it is and how people look at them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before in the previous video, some people are going to be with it and some are not going to be with it. But, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, whatever your opinion is or your thought is, you can leave them in the comment section and let me know how you feel. But let's just take a listen and check out what some of these people have to say.
Silly things we've heard as an interracial couple. Oh, I see you found you a black woman. You sure she's not going to trap you?
Is it pink?
Hey, you marry a black woman, she's going to mess up your credit.
Are you the nanny? Knowing good and well this child got my entire face.
You don't even know what to do with that.
How you gonna be a traitor to your own race? I could never date outside my race.
Shouldn't you just stay with your own kind?
Black women that date outside their race must hate themselves or their culture.
You only date a black woman because you're trying to act black. You married a black woman, you're never going to be on time again.
Y'all cute, but I just don't think the race is supposed to mix.
You know when y'all get old, she's going to look like your daughter, right?
So are your kids black or white?
Now you're finally going to know what seasoned food tastes like. When you marry a black woman, you go from acolytes and ministers to pastors.
She only got her a white man because a black man wouldn't deal with her attitude. Girl, I couldn't do it, but if you like it, I love it. Ooh, y'all gonna have some pretty babies.
Yeah.
Well, that one's true.
Y'all talk about white men losing their credibility because they date a black woman who is black. They knew that. I'm that. I keeps quiet because a white man that I've talked to or dated ain't never played about me. They've never played about me. Matter of fact, I was with the countryest of countryest white man who you would have never thought would date black women. I'm not playing. Right now, his girlfriend is black. The girlfriend before that was black. I'm black. The one before that was black. It's like he left the white girls alone in his country town once he got to college. What they say, once you go black, you never go. Went out to eat one day in one of the most racist places where I used to go to college. I wasn't paying attention. I was just sitting there minding my business, being cute as I want to be. All I seen is him looking like this. Past me. So I turned around and I said, what's going on? He was like, you know, that guy's watching you as if it's a problem that you and I are here. a black woman with a white man. So I want to see what the problem is. After we were done, we're staying in a car, we're talking, and then he stopped. And then he's looking past me again. And I was like, what's the problem? And he was like, no, sir, is there an issue? Is there an issue? Do we have a problem in the countryest of country way that white men who are country speaks, right? And I was like, he don't play about me, honey. He don't play about me. And then my ex-boyfriend, the official one that I dated that was white, we don't even talk about him. This story, it's not even real. Like, we're not even gonna act like it was real. His grandma played in his first black girlfriend's face and was talking about you need to date your own kind. When it came to me, I nipped that. I said, don't even let it cross their mind. They wouldn't dare play with me. And he wouldn't allow it. White men that I talk to, they don't play them games. White card taken long time ago. The minute they decided to be with a black girl was gone. They stand behind me while also protecting me. They knew their role. They knew their role. Hey, not too much now. I'll talk about
my family here and my mom, my dad, who you guys hopefully have already met. If you haven't, go back and watch the TikTok. But this is the Silver Family Mixed Kid Edition. Mom, why are you contemplating so intensely right now?
Okay, so...
Wait! Okay, so on this edition, I'm asking my parents some of the challenges and difficulties that they experienced with being in an interracial relationship.
So they said that it was going to be very difficult.
I had people that had said if you want to be involved in an interracial marriage, you know, that's fine, even though we don't like it. But to bring innocent children into the world, that really bothered a lot of people.
Mom always needs a break. Mom always needs a break. She's pulling out the tissues already. Why are you crying? We're supposed to be having fun.
Who's up, me?
No.
And they were right, because my daughter does experience difficulty even today.
I never like the comments that people make, not realizing what they're saying. For example, a guy asked me, hey, where would you like to retire? At what state? I said, oh, I think Vermont. It's a beautiful place to live. He goes, yeah, that's great. They don't have any black people living over there.
Mom, what the
You said wait. And he's absolutely right, because years ago we visited Vermont, and I can tell you every neck in the neighborhood turned as I walked by.
And that's not because she was hot.
But she is hot, just really hot. All right, so to kind of conclude things, obviously my parents have gone through their own experiences. They're honestly one of the first generations that started the interracial, dating. Like, that was like so new when they were first coming around. So the fact that they then had me, I am now experiencing my own types of struggles with racism, discrimination, colorism, all the different isms. But, we're still thriving. We're still killing. Thanks for tuning in. We're probably going to post some more stuff later on, but I hope you guys watch the other stuff. Do you guys have anything to say?
No, hey, thank you for listening.
We shall overcome.
I like that, Mom. Very professional.
So here's my question to you at this time. Do you feel like, the black women seems to be more happy when they're with a white guy? Not in all aspects, but I'm just saying, do it seems like they're more happy, they're more true to their feelings, or because out of curiosity, I guess they say they're in a good space? Because a lot of them have said they was tired of being patient with black men and stuff like that. That's just their opinion, though. But how much, when you say being patient, how much is being patient? Did you give up after a month or two and say you can't deal with it no more? Or this is something that, based on, you may have some friends who are dealing with in an interracial relationship, and you just might see how they're acting and get intrigued and want to, see what it's like. So whatever the reasons are, it's many reasons, many factors, and we're just trying to, listen to what y'all who are in these type of relationship have to say. So let's continue.
Hello, I said I wasn't going to say anything, but I am a black wife with a white husband. I did do the trend, and what I want to say is I did get a negative comment under my post, and I didn't really too much entertain it because people are going to be people at the end of the day. But what really got me is there's a lot of men, a lot of black men that have a problem with the black wife effect. But my thing is, all my life I've dated black men. My husband is the first man outside of my race that I've dated. And when he stepped to me, he came correctly. He knew exactly what it was that he wanted, and he came with purpose. He had intentions on moving forward. We dated the first month that we dated, he proposed after that. We got married 6 months after that. We'll be married 3 years in July. As far as the black man, I've dated a black man. Oh, I don't want to get involved in a serious relationship right now because I have goals to complete. But yet, you got me riding in another woman's car? Or you staying with a whole woman? Or you got me at your house and another woman show up. Now you done got maced. So I don't want to hear, oh, y'all, if it was the other way around, guess what? Black men been dating white women for a very long time. 4 years. Years they've been dating outside their race. Not only are they dating outside of their race, but they got everything to say about a black woman. When a black woman been by your side, when things go wrong on the other end, who you calling on? The black woman to come comfort you? So this is my rant for the day. I am a black woman and I have a white husband. And never in my life have I ever had this thing about, oh, I'm not going to date outside of my race. I never had that thought because at that point it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter. If you treat me right, and you do what you supposed to do as a man, then why not? And I think that's a lot of issues when it comes to people in relationships, to where people put standards and they put limitations on what the Lord can do for you in your life. So I'm on my journey, and I have a testimony on how I even got to the point that I am of being married. I'm 43 years old. Me and my husband will be married 3 years in July. So for those who are out there, the single women, if that man cannot stand up or step up to the standards that you have placed before yourself with dignity, walk away from the relationship. Walk away from it. Sometimes you have people who feel that they have to entertain somebody else because they can't be lonely. They can't be by themselves. But guess what? If you are really waiting and dependent on the Lord to move in your life, you will be patient. You will allow the Lord to fix your brokenness, as well as fixing the man's brokenness that he has for you. So that's another issue that we have, and that's a whole nother video when it comes to people being impatient and not waiting on the Lord for their mate. If you take the limitations off of the Lord, you don't know who he has for you. You don't know. It may not always be a black man, or if you are a white woman, it may not always be a white woman, or whatever the color is, or whatever it is. It may not be always what you think it's going to be. You have to be prepared, and you have to be intentional about what it is that you want in your life. So all this now that you got a problem, these men got a problem with the black woman effect because they're dating white men and they're dating outside of their race. It's not a brag. It's really not a brag that we're decided to jump on the black wife effect trend. That's not what it's about. It's about having fun, showing the changes in our relationship. But people are so focused on the negativity. Even some of the black men that I have dated want to feel a certain kind of way because I'm with a white man. But guess what? You had your chance to be with me and you blew it. Still want to be with me. But I don't entertain things like that. I'm a woman of God. I'm going to continue to move on with my life. I'm going to continue to be with my family. I'm going to continue to be led by the Spirit of the Lord. Wherever he takes me, that's where I'm going to go. There's many things that I can say that I don't have time about my husband, about myself, how we ended up together. We met at the church, but guess what? I wasn't paying no mind to him. I was doing what the Lord told me to do. I had no interest in him. I didn't even look at him as if he had interest in me. I was minding my business and he was minding his. So I'll probably come on later and tell you how I ended up joining a prayer group for 30 days. I joined that prayer group that we did, and every day we will have prayers, and we will come on and we will have a discussion. And for the single women, that's what we did for 30 days, because it's something the Lord said to do.
Almost 14 years ago to the date, mid-May.
Is it to the date? What?
Yeah, it's mid-May. Mid-May
What?
2010, Barack Obama was president. I was a 30-year-old, newly divorced mother of a 2-year-old living in Baltimore, Maryland. What were you doing in 2010, Mike?
I was living my life. I was in the streets in Baltimore. No, I was in Baltimore, living in Baltimore. I just finished a program for the blind, so I was in the city doing some motivational speaking and some other things in Baltimore City. So living downtown. Shout out to Baltimore, living on Charles Street, Charles and Saratoga.
How old were you?
33. She just told me how old I was. I had no idea, but 33.
So I went to grab a salad for lunch at the, what was it called? Fresh and Greens? Fresh and Greens or Fresh Mart, something
Fresh
like
Mart,
that,
yeah.
on Charles and
Fresh
Saratoga in
Yeah.
Baltimore. I had walked in, paid for my stuff. I was at the cash register checking out, and I saw this handsome man. Tall, drink of chocolate milk.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird.
He was standing, watch your head, babe, there's a tree.
Yeah.
He was standing waiting for his assistant to go shopping. I was checking out, looked at him, and couldn't help but notice how great he looked, and he wasn't wearing a wedding ring. So I actually checked out, walked outside of the store, and I was overcome by this feeling that I had to know him. So much so that I actually turned around. And what'd you do?
No, go ahead.
Watch your head. I turned around and walked back into the store and found him.
And when she came back, she came up to me, and I just felt her nervousness. Were you nervous?
Yeah, super nervous.
It's the first time she admitted that. She was super nervous, so she came up, and she was almost shaking. I could feel her spirit, like it was crazy. But I also felt as if I needed to know her, too. So she came up, the first thing she asked me is, excuse me, but are you single? What did I say?
He said, the question is, are you single?
It's a cow. Yeah. So that was that. So we exchanged numbers, and that was 14, 15 years ago, right?
And we've been hanging out ever since. He married me, adopted my daughter, moved to Puerto Rico. We're living life, baby.
Yeah. Peace.
Missy127 says, there's no way this man is white. He's a black man trapped in a white man's body. LOL, I love you, Eric. You are so cool.
Thank you, Missy. You are very kind. You are very kind. But I can tell you, I can assure you, my mother is white.
Daddy is white.
Father is white. Sisters are white.
Grandma, grandpa.
I even had a white dog growing up. I'm white through and through.
When I first met him, I thought he was actually Spanish because he plays a lot on this app. He does. He plays around, but he can really sing. Like, I'm talking about, you would think that he has the lungs of a black man inside his body.
You're very kind, baby.
And he can blow. Okay, I'm serious. Like, I will put him up against anybody. This man right here can sing. So when I first met him, I was like,
You thought my last name was pronounced Baez.
I did. I was like, this is a Spanish man with a great voice and great hair. He's very white. He's white as snow.
Mm-hmm.
This man, but you know what? Hold on. Because now that I'm thinking about it, you don't like mayonnaise.
I despise mayonnaise.
And the saying goes that white people love mayonnaise.
Not this one. I can't stand. Literally.
These white
This is
fishy
for real, for real. I cannot stand mayonnaise. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
So no green bean casserole.
No green bean casserole.
No mayonnaise.
No mayonnaise.
And you can sing.
And I love brownies.
You do. That does bring back your whiteness.
Right
It
there.
does.
You can tell. You can tell.
It does bring the whitey on back.
Say, yep, your white is showing.
You're right.
I love some mac and cheese, collard greens, fried chicken.
He does. Cornbread.
Peas and rice, turkey wings,
peas and rice.
lima beans.
Yes.
Woo! Listen,
See,
I love it.
I told y'all. Soul food.
Now listen, I love
soul
some
voice.
candied yams.
Come on.
You know what, Missy? Maybe I am black. Now that I think about it.
Because
now
all
that I'm
his
sitting
favorite,
here.
all your favorite restaurants are soul food restaurants. You do realize that. Every one of his favorite restaurants is a soul food restaurant.
Oh,
Every single one.
You
in
know
every
what?
city. That's the food we're looking for.
You have a point.
He's not looking for a steakhouse.
I like a steakhouse,
but you're not looking
like
for a steakhouse.
No,
he's looking for soul food, and I didn't do that to him, guys.
No, I was that way when I met you. I don't know what's going on, Missy. I don't know what I am anymore. Oh, someone's here.
Bye.
Now, the next video we're about to show you is this young lady right here. She gonna be giving her perspective of what she think a black and white relationship should be, and based on some of her friends or some people that she may know or whoever online. So let's listen to what she has to say, and maybe we could give a comment on this. So let's go.
Dominique Morgan was asked her opinion on Nicolandria, being that Olandria is a black woman who is, currently in a relationship with an attractive white man. And it was so funny because I was having this conversation with a couple of people that I know. I never have an issue with a black woman with a different race. I never have an issue with it. I be like, yes, girl. Yes, ma'am. And the reason why I do that is because I know they tried with a black woman first. I know it from the bottom of my feet to the top of my head. They choose black men first. But the black men that were chosen did not want to step up to the plate and be all that they could be for her. And she decided to choose herself first. That's what that symbolizes. It symbolizes that I am not going to wait for my black king to act like I'm worth all the things that I desire. And I don't understand why there is always some kind of discourse in a black woman choosing a white man. Black men will be in the comments saying whatever they're going to say, do what they're going to do. But if you're so upset, why you didn't choose me then? Why you didn't choose me then? Oh, I can't. Tell us all this time. The issue I have is when black men are with white women. Because one, men choose who they're going to be with. That's what the correct order is. It says it in the Bible, man who chooses a wife is a good thing. So, if you're the one who is responsible for choosing, why aren't you choosing black women? Quickly. And I'm not talking about Ray and Sean. I'm talking about a quality black man. I'm talking about a man who has amassed a certain amount of wealth, whether that's financially, whether that's mentally, whatever. The cream of the crops. The cream of the crops. When we talking about, the black men we would want, like, for instance, the basketball players, the baseball players, the football players. When you see them going into the draft, majority of the girls that they kicking it with are either white, ambiguously black, which means they are riding the fence so they can say, oh, my girl black. And I don't care what nobody say. Black, you're black. You're black if you're, whatever the case may be. But I'm talking about black. I'm talking about where there is no question that that's a black girl. That's the black I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the black who could pass for, oh, she might be Hispanic. She might be Blasian. She might be this. No, I'm talking about straight from the motherland. Brown-skinned girl. And yes, it's an issue with that because, we know that you intentionally chose her. You intentionally chose her because you thought she was better. You didn't choose her because, that's just all I know. Because your mama black. Your mama black. And that's what the distinction is. That is the reason why people have a hard time. It's because, one, the man chooses the woman. And two, they always choose, and I won't say always, the men that you would be attracted to and want chooses others before they choose black women. So that is why I don't have an issue, because I know that the black woman tried first. I know she tried first, and she tried multiple times, because her ultimate dream is to have a fully black family. We didn't start entertaining the fact that it's a possibility with some other race until we got tired. We got sick and tired. Because how I look, if I want a family, I don't know where that's on my face. If I want a family, if I want a partner, how I look saying, oh, because this black man didn't choose me, I shouldn't be able to have kids, or I shouldn't be able to have the family that I've always wanted. I'm letting a complete, stranger dictate how I am going to get my happily ever after. That don't even make sense. So when a black man have the conversation about, oh, she with this white boy, she with the way this white boy has treated Alondria since they came out the villa. First thing out the gate, he put money in her pocket. First thing out the gate, he put money in her pocket so she wouldn't have to go back to Houston and sell elevators. First thing he did, he got his mama, his sister, and his daddy is on board to make sure she gets all that she deserves. He used his resources to make sure she was good straight out the gate with no back talk. Now, I'm not saying that every relationship is like that, and I'm not saying that every interracial relationship is like that. But from the data, and I'm talking about getting, somebody who got some act right. I'm not talking about, John Boy and them. I'm talking about quality. This is what we're talking about. We're not talking about, some old random. We're talking about somebody who make something shake. Every single one that I've seen that has crossed the street, they over there looking like all I do is get matcha and rest until my man made a way where I don't have to do nothing that I don't want to do. There ain't no back talk about no 50-50. There ain't no back talk about, Why you wearing wigs and weaves? Nick said he's learning how to do a sew-in. I don't get it. It's almost like people don't want black women to have their happily ever after. But we're going to get it by any means necessary. Any means necessary. Because ain't nobody waiting for no happily ever after. And if that means we got to cross the street in order to get the life that we see and we deserve. I was at the U.S. Open, and I counted how many black women were there with their, their other spouses. And the way he was so happy to be there, baby, what you want? Baby, do you have enough? Baby, I'll go get it. Oh, they don't have it? Please.
Well, if this was a video you truly enjoyed and think you might like to share with your friends and family who are in some type of interracial relationship, then go ahead and do so. We appreciate that. And please leave a comment and let me know what you think of the video. Also, give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. And like we say, when it comes to love, you never know who you're going to fall in love with. You know what I'm saying? You never know. It might be somebody of a different race or maybe somebody of the same race, but you never know. Because we all meet as strangers. And then it goes from there. But thank you for watching. And let us know what you think. Jamaica Vibes Entertainment TV.